Alright, y'all, it's time to get into my 2022 Grammy predictions. Y'all ready? It's lit.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Bright here, the R&B kid, and I'm back again with another episode of On the Bright Side TV. Welcome back, y'all. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing very well during these trying and weird times we're living through. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing what you can to stay sane. But yeah, man, I just want to hop on this camera and give y'all my final 2022 Grammy predictions. Like I said, I'm excited to give them to y'all. I've already done my nomination predictions video, which I do every year, that y'all love. So go check that out if you haven't already. And I've already done my reactions to the actual nominations when they came out in November. So go check out that video as well. That was fun doing that because I actually really did appreciate the nominations this year. I think for the most part, you know, I wouldn't say like bravo to Academy, but I definitely see an improving trend of really not having too many outrageous snubs. Like this year, I think they did a good job of spreading the wealth, spreading the love pretty well. I feel like almost everybody that I was expecting to get nominations got at least, you know, at least one nomination somewhere. There wasn't too many outrageous snubs. There wasn't too many crazy surprises. There was obviously there are some you know, snubs and surprises every year, but there weren't too many crazy surprises. I think we're seeing the positive effect of them no longer having those BS nomination review committees. Now that they're gone, we get to see a real vote from start to finish with even the general category. So I love to see how it's really making it more of a pure vote. We're seeing less crazy surprises. We're seeing less outrageous snubs. So I was really happy with the nominations this year for the most part. So yeah, man, I'm actually looking forward to seeing how things shake out this year. I don't know what'll happen, but I'm looking forward to seeing how, you know, what I got wrong, what I got right. But yeah, man, let's get into it. For every category, I'm gonna talk about who I think will win the Grammy, who I think should win the Grammy, and who could be the potential spoiler in that category if there is one. So yeah, man, I'm excited. Let's get into it. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, y'all. First category got is Record of the Year. So for Record of the Year, who I think will win, Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic. Who I think should win, Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic. And who I think with potential spoilers for this category, definitely Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo or Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. So to me, this was a weird category for me to predict this year because I really feel like in my head I see Olivia walking away with this in a general field sweep that we've seen, you know, many times over the years with, like, you know, the new like it girl in the industry, you know, Norah Jones, Billie Eilish. We've seen this happen again. You know, this happened to Billie just a couple years ago where they pretty much sweep the, you know, the general field in their first big year at the Grammys. And I could see Olivia definitely doing that. I definitely see her having, you know, being unlocked for Album of the Year, Best New Artist, and Song of the Year. But I feel like she is vulnerable for Record of the Year. In my mind, I wanted to predict her, but in my heart, I wanted to say, you know what? The Grammys love Bruno Mars. They love Anderson .Paak. Leave the Door Open was also one of the most defining songs of the year besides Driver's License. And I feel like more so than Song of the Year, I feel like this is the category where it can prevail in the general field. And while I feel like they definitely will give Silk Sonic love in the R&B categories, I feel like they're gonna wanna give Silk Sonic love in the general field somewhere, and this is the best place to do it compared to Song of the Year. So I feel like they're just gonna take this one, and I feel like they should take this category. I feel like it's a really good fit. I would love for them to win Record of the Year. I wouldn't be mad at so many songs in this category. I wouldn't be mad at Kiss Me More or Montero, which was low-key 9th or 10th in the odds. And that's another thing I want to talk about really quickly before I move on. I was really shocked when the Academy announced that they're doing 10 nominations for every general field category. I feel like that's excessive as hell, and it really makes it confusing, and not confusing, but really makes it hard to really have one clear standout when I feel like the votes are going to be spread so thin between 10 different, you know, nominations. So I'm not really a fan of it. I feel like 8 was cool. 5 was great back in the day, but I actually wasn't mad how they expanded it to 8 because I feel like 8 is a good number. It's more than 5, but it's not as excessive as 10. So I liked 8. 10 is a little bit too much for me. But at the same time, the interesting thing about them making nominations 10 this year as opposed to 8 in the past few years is that they showed us the people who just made it in that 9th and 10th spot. And for Record of the Year, that was Montero, Call Me By Your Name, which I'm shocked by because I thought Montero was going to be a lock. And then also ABBA's song, I Still Have Faith in You. So if it was 8 nominations, those 2 songs would have missed out on a nomination. For Album of the Year, the last 2 albums that made it were Evermore by Taylor Swift and Donda by Kanye West, which I think is really interesting. You know, Taylor Swift and Kanye got love again this year, but they were close to not getting it if it had been 8. And for Song of the Year, the two that just made it in the 9th and 10th spot were, I think, Kiss Me More by Doja Cat and SZA and Right on Time by Brandi Carlile, which is really interesting. I didn't want Kiss Me More Song of the Year, so I wouldn't been mad at that. Same thing, Right on Time. I wasn't impressed about that one either, but really interesting to see who made it in the 9th and 10th spot. But going back to Record of the Year, like I said, I feel like, so, Leave It Open, one of the most defining songs of the year, should definitely be in. Driver's License, in my mind, will take it, but I want to just predict that Leave It Open will take it. And I feel like it should take it here. So let me know what y'all think about Record of the Year. Next category is Song of the Year. So for Song of the Year, I feel like this is going to be a blowout for sure. I will be shocked if Olivia loses this. Who I think will win, Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. And that's also who I think should win. I think Driver's License is a great song. It's funny, when I first heard that song, like when it first came out, I really wasn't into it at all. But for some reason over the year, I got into that song as I got more into Olivia. The song that really got me into Olivia was really Deja Vu and then Good For You. I loved those songs, but for some reason it took me a while to get into Driver's License. I wasn't really feeling it at first, but over time I realized how beautiful that song is and how great, how well it's constructed. It's a really great pop record, timeless song, beautifully arranged. So I definitely think it will and it should win this award. It's a really beautiful song that I feel like will never get old, and it just gets better with time. And it really was one of the songs that really defined 2021 for sure. So I feel like it definitely will and should win. My spoilers for Song of the Year, if Olivia were to lose this category, which I don't see happening, but if she were to lose, I can see the spoilers being definitely Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish, or Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic, or in another upset by her in Song of the Year, her song Fight For You, which I don't think will win, but I could definitely see it being a quite upset with it being an Oscar winner, Oscar winning song, Golden Globe nominated song, and yeah, just because it won the Oscar, I could definitely see it having an upset for Song of the Year, and she just won the award last year, so I can see that happening, but I definitely think this is Olivia's award to lose. And now we're on to Album of the Year. So for Album of the Year, the biggest award every night, I definitely feel, continuing the trend, I definitely feel like this will be Olivia Rodrigo's year. Like I said before, I think she's vulnerable in Record of the Year, but I think she's gonna sweep Song, Album, and Best New Artist, which I'll talk about in a second. But for Album of the Year, I definitely think this is gonna be Olivia Rodrigo's to lose. Olivia definitely had, just one of many great albums in this category for sure. And there are so many other albums in this category that I would love to take the award, like Doja Cat, Billie Eilish, Lil Nas X. That'd be cool, Taylor Swift, but for the most part, I really feel like this is going to be Olivia's award to lose. Sour definitely was, to me, was the, if not the most, at least one of the most defining albums of this year in the pop world and the mainstream world. And I feel like she definitely deserves the award as well. I love Sour. It's a great project from start to finish. That album just has great song to great song after great song, great songwriting, great vocals, great production, just overall a great concept, and just a really well constructed album that really defined this year. And it was such a well put together and well made album, and I also feel like the Academy loves to give the Album of the Year award to albums that had not a lot of people working on them, and with this album being one of the albums that has the least amount of people that would get the award, I feel like that definitely bodes well for her. It's pretty much just her and Dan Nigro, her producer, and then a few other people who did the engineering and stuff like that. So I feel like they'll want to give the award to definitely this album. And one of my other spoilers for this category, definitely another album that has very few people that worked on it, and I could see it being a spoiler, Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. If Olivia were to lose Album of the Year, I could see her losing to Billie Eilish for her amazing sophomore album, Happier Than Ever, which was, just continuing the trend of Billie being one of the dominant and really one of the most, forward-thinking and just one of the dopest pop stars with potential in our generation. Happy that we definitely continue that trend for Billie. So I could definitely see Billie picking up this award again. It will be kind of unprecedented. I don't know if you've ever had like a pop artist win Album of the Year with back-to-back albums, especially their debut in their sophomore album. I don't know if we've ever had that. So Billie could be the first person to do that. That'll be dope as hell if that happens. I won't be mad at it because Happy Than Ever was one of the best albums of this year for sure. So I could definitely see Happy Than Ever being a spoiler. But besides Happy Than Ever, my other spoilers for Album of the Year are definitely Love for Sale by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, and Montero by Lil Nas X. And Love for Sale, even though I wouldn't want that to win at all, you know, that could just be a move by the Academy to give love to Tony Bennett, you know, as he's, you know, going through his illness and what he's going through, and, you know, as he's kind of, you know, declining in age. We all know what he's going through, so I feel like this could be the Academy's way to kind of give like one last hurrah to Tony Bennett for his career. I think this is his final project, so I could definitely see them, you know, just in a quiet year for Album of the Year. I could see the Academy being like, you know what, we'll just give Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga this award. And also, Lady Gaga hasn't won Album of the Year in like ever. Or yeah, I don't think she's won Album of the Year ever, so this could be a great way for them to also give Lady Gaga some love in this category as well, even though it's not really one of her, you know, original studio albums. So we'll see what happens, but I could definitely see the Grammy Academy doing that. It would make total sense to me. And Lil Nas X, you know, he got nominated for the 7 EP, in that which was mad random, but that happened 2 years ago. And Lil Nas X is beloved by the industry. He's beloved, so I could really see him being an upset, and someone that just kind of came in at the last hour and just took it. I feel like everyone loves this album. His album is diverse. It has pop vibes, it has hip-hop vibes, it has alternative vibes, it has a little bit for everyone to love, and you know, it has a little bit for everybody to pull from. So I really feel like, you know, he could be someone that walks with the award in the end. But definitely, like I said, definitely see this being Olivia's award to lose, but those are my spoilers. Another note I want to make about Album of the Year really quickly, I'm really not a fan of the Academy going back to including every songwriter and every producer and every featured artist as a nominee for the Album of the Year contenders. I don't like that, because if you look at the Grammy page, if you look at the wiki page for the Grammys this year, there are like 300 names in the Album of the Year category, and it's ridiculous. So that means that if someone, like for example, if Justin Bieber wins, he has like 100 people listed that were part of his album as either a songwriter, producer, or featured artist. And if his album wins, they all win the Album of the Year Grammy, which I don't understand, and I'm not rocking with that. I feel like that's ridiculous. The only people who should be nominated for Album of the Year are the artists, the main producers, the engineers, mixers, and any songwriters who or producers who produce multiple tracks on the album, like at least like 30% of the album. Not a songwriter or a producer who produces like one track on the album. I think it's ridiculous. Or a feature artist that's like on one track of the album. Like, there's no reason why Lil Baby, you know, has like 2 Album of the Year nominations for his featured verses on hers and Kanye and Kanye West's albums. Like, that makes no sense to me. That's ridiculous. I feel like I don't like how they set it up this year. Go back to how it was, you know, in previous years. Artists, producers who produce most of the album, songwriters who write on most of the album, and mixers and engineers, and that's it. Like, everybody else, wait for your turn to get an Album of the Year nomination, because that's ridiculous. So that's my thought. Let me know what y'all think about that. But yeah, all in all, who I think is walking away with the Album of the Year, definitely Olivia Rodrigo, Sour. Let me know what y'all think down below. Alright, y'all, last general field category got is Best New Artist. I feel like this is definitely an easy award as well. This is for sure going to Olivia Rodrigo, and I feel like it's deserved. So obviously she is my person for who I think will win this award, who I think should win this award. I love a lot of other artists in this category, namely, you know, Arlo Parks. I really wish Celeste would have been in here, but I love Arlo Parks. I love Baby Keem, who was also in the 9th and 10th spot. Rouge Off Top and Baby Keem were in the 9th and 10th spot for Best New Artist as well. But I'm glad he made it in, even though he would have missed out if it had been 8. But I love Baby Keem. I love Arlo Parks. I appreciate Saweetie's music. You know, I know a lot of people don't, but I appreciate Saweetie's music, so I'm not mad she's here in a quiet year. Why not? But I definitely think this is Olivia's to lose. Olivia was the best new artist that defined this year. She was the seminal new artist of 2021. She killed this year. Her album was a breakthrough. She does, you know, hits back to back. She was everywhere. She did a great job this year. She killed it on the charts, and you know, she really just did her thing this year with great music. So I definitely think this is Olivia's award to lose. But if there were to be an upset, I could definitely see it being the Kid Laroi or Arlo Parks. Arlo Parks as the critical favorite, as she should be, because she's amazing. And then the Kid Laroi is not so much the critical favorite, but more so the other artists who had a lot of success this year, who did their thing in their first major breakthrough year as a new artist. So I could definitely see Kid Laroi being a spoiler, and maybe Arlo Parks as well. But I definitely think this is gonna be Olivia's to lose. Let me know what y'all think down below. Next category is Best Pop Solo Performance. So for Best Pop Solo Performance, now in the pop categories, let's get it. Who I think will win? Anyone by Justin Bieber. Who I think should win? Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. And if there were to be spoilers, I see it definitely being for sure Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo or Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. So I actually was going with Driver's License for a while in this category, because to me that made sense. And I think that could happen for sure. I could definitely be wrong. But I actually wanted to predict Anyone by Justin Bieber taking this category, because I feel like with this being a major year for Justin at the Grammys, he's nominated for 8 Grammys. And with the fact that with Justin Bieber being the one of the pop artists, like one of the top pop artists that really defined pop in the 2010s, and even, you know, still now in the 2020s so far. It's kind of crazy to realize that Justin Bieber has never ever won a pop Grammy. He's won a country Grammy and he's won a dance Grammy, but he's never ever won a pop Grammy as one of the biggest pop artists in the world. So I feel like his management, I feel like the Grammys will both kind of like would love to be able to give Justin a pop Grammy, especially in a year like this where he's dominated. He has 8 nominations. They're gonna want to give him love somewhere, and because I feel like Peaches is pretty much not gonna win any Grammy that's nominated for, I don't think it'll win any categories that it's in. And because I feel like Pop Duo is locked up with SZA and Doja, I feel like this is the best place, besides the general categories, which I don't think he'll prevail in those categories. I feel like this is the best place to award Justin Bieber a Grammy for this year. Because Olivia will take the general categories in my mind, and everyone else in this category is either already has Grammys and they'll be fine. So I feel like this is the best place for Justin to be awarded a Grammy, at least one, and then in the pop field, which, you know, he should have been had Grammys in the pop field. But so I feel like that, for me, that's how I kind of broke it down. But I could definitely see Billie Eilish or Olivia taking this category for sure. I think, you know, just based off of the success of the song, I could definitely see Driver's License taking it, as well as the general field categories that it's nominated for. But I feel like they're gonna, if you think about it also, they really have used Best Pop Solo Performance as a category to have a lot of interesting switch-ups and upsets in the past few years. You know, 2 years ago, I predicted Lizzo winning this category for Truth Hurts, even though everyone thought Billie was going to take it for Bad Guy. You know, and then last year, Harry Styles won it for Watermelon Sugar when everyone thought it was going to be Dua Lipa for Don't Start Now, or maybe some other song. Like, so this category, they've had a lot of upsets in the past few years, so I want to continue that trend, and I think Justin Bieber will upset for anyone this year, but I could be wrong, but I think that's what will happen. So let's see. All right, y'all, now we're on to Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. So for Pop Duo Group Performance, who I think will win this category, Kiss Me More by Doja Cat and SZA. Who I think should win, my same thing, Kiss Me More by Doja Cat and SZA. That song is fire still to this day. And then my spoilers for this category are definitely I Get a Kick Out of You by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, or Lonely by Justin Bieber and Benny Blanco, which is committing category fraud, but it's all good. So I definitely think Doja Cat and SZA have this category locked up. It's the best place to give Doja Cat and SZA both some love. First time Grammy winners hopefully this year. SZA been deserved the Grammy, so I'm hopefully, you know, hoping that they'll lock her up in this category and give her love here, as well as Doja Cat, who I don't think Doja Cat has a good chance to win almost any of the categories she's in this year, besides Melodic Rap Performance. So I feel like this is the best place for her to snag one. I feel like they'll just give it to her, and I feel like they definitely deserve it as well. Like, Kiss Me More is to me the best pop, you know, group performance out of this whole year. It's a banger. And it's my favorite song in this category, and I feel like they deserve it. Doja and SZA have been going crazy all year. This song just was one of the most defining and one of the best songs of the year, and it deserves love. So Grammys, get it right. Don't fuck this up, and give Doja Cat and SZA this Grammy. Please don't mess this up. I won't be shocked or that mad if Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga take it, because like I said before, giving love to Tony Bennett as he's on his way out. And I wouldn't be mad at Justin Bieber winning this, because like I said, they're gonna want to hopefully give him love somewhere. And this, besides Pop Solo, this is also a good place to give him love, even though he's committing category fraud. But you know, I wouldn't be mad at one of those two taking it. I wouldn't be mad at BTS taking it, because they work hard, and you know, they've been doing the thing. Even though I don't like that song, I wouldn't be mad if they took it, because they've been working hard. But if we're talking about, like, you know, quality of the song, who I think deserves it the most, and who I think should take it, and who I think will take it, my pick is definitely for sure Kiss Me More. But let me know what y'all think. Alright, now we're on Best Pop Vocal Album. I think this is one of the easiest categories this year, I think, in my mind. So for Best Pop Vocal Album, who I think will win and who I think should win, definitely Olivia Rodrigo for her album Sour, for sure. But who I think could be my spoiler for this category, definitely Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever. To me, I feel like Olivia has this category locked up. I think she's gonna win Album of the Year, and even if she loses Album of the Year, I think she'll definitely win this category for sure. She had the most defining pop album of this year. I think she had one of the best ones, as did Billie Eilish, so that's why she's my spoiler. I feel like Olivia and Billie are like neck and neck with every category they're in terms of, like, you know, every category that they're competing. I feel like they're neck and neck in terms of the quality of the song or the album, and they're like deservingness of the award. But because I feel like Billie had her moment you know, 2 years ago, and because I feel like, you know, Olivia was like, this was her breakout year, this was like her year where she was the it girl, even more so than Billie was. I feel like that'll give her the edge in winning a lot of these Grammys, especially in a category like this for a best pop vocal album. Even though Billie's album was like, to me, like honestly, like just as great as Sour, maybe if not better to some people's, you know, to some people's ears, and I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I think I prefer Sour just a little bit over Happy Than Ever as a whole body of work, but I think they're both two of the best albums that came out this year. So I wouldn't be mad at either lady winning this award for sure. Either lady, I'd be cool with that. But I feel like Olivia has the edge in this category as a newer and more fresh artist, and I think she had a little bit more success commercially this year than Billie, so I think she'll definitely take this award. But Billie could definitely spoil as well with her album Happy Than Ever, so I wouldn't be surprised at that. I would be shocked if Justin or Doja or Ariana took this, but it could happen. But I really don't see anybody besides Olivia or Billie taking this. I'm team Olivia in terms of who I think will and who I think should take it, but let me know if you disagree. Alright y'all, now on to the R&B categories. Let's get it. My favorite categories every year, and they are amazing this year for the most part. I love the R&B categories this year, besides progressive R&B album, but it's cool. But besides that category, I love the R&B categories this year. First up is best R&B performance. So for who I think will win this category, definitely Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic. Who I think should win this category, Pick Up Your Feelings by Jasmine Sullivan. And what I think could be the spoiler in this category, definitely Damaged by her or Pick Up Your Feelings by Jasmine Sullivan if Silk Sonic were to lose this category. So I definitely see Silk Sonic taking this Grammy for sure. I feel like they're a really huge contender and, you know, record and song of the year. So because they're a contender in the general field, I feel like they're definitely gonna have this category locked up. And I wouldn't be mad if they, you know, win it at all, because I feel like they definitely deserve it. Leave the Door Open was the defining R&B song of the year. It was such a watershed. It really was a cultural reset, you know, in terms of just R&B and pop. Like, it was just a cultural reset for the culture this year. So I really feel like they would deserve it if they won it. I really feel like they will win it. But personally, the way I go for Jasmine Sullivan, because she's nominated, if I had it my way, I would want Pick Up Your Feelings to win for me. That song, that vocal, that song does something to me every time I hear it. Like, whether I'm listening to it casually or intentionally, Pick Up Your Feelings is an anointing. It's a spiritual reset. It's a whole Negro spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Like, that song is just different. Like, what Jasmine did in the studio that day is just different. So I would love for Jasmine to take this Grammy for, in my opinion, what is one of her best songs. Pick Up Your Feelings is one of her best songs, one of her best vocals on a record. I feel like she would deserve this Grammy for sure, but unfortunately, Silk Sonic had a #1 song, one of the biggest songs of the year, so I feel like they're definitely gonna win it, and I'll be okay with that. But that's who I think should win. And if not Pick Up Your Feelings, I can also see Damaged by Her being another spoiler for this category, because that also was one of the biggest R&B songs of the year. It wasn't like a #1 song, but that was one of the songs that just like stayed around all year. It was one of the, you know, it was one of those constant records that was just always around doing its thing. So I could definitely see it being a spoiler if Jasmine wasn't a spoiler, but I definitely think this is Silk Sonic's to lose. And now on to best traditional R&B performance. This is an interesting category this year. A lot of people did not get love who I thought would get love in this category, but it's all good. It's still a pretty good lineup for the most part. Who I think will win this category and who I think should win this category: Hers, Fight For You. Listen, Fight For You won an Oscar. It's probably has a great chance of winning Best Songwriting for Visual Media. And really, when you look at this category, it really is one of the best, one of the most resonant, one of the most successful, and I think just one of the most deserving songs in this category. If we think about a traditional R&B performance, from the production to the melody to the lyrics to the performance by her, and that production by D-Mile, it's just a really great song. It's such a nice jam session with an impactful and powerful message about, you know, freedom and justice and equality and fighting for all of that. A great lyrics by, you know, her and Tiara Thomas. I really feel like it's just a great song, so I feel like it will and it should win. And even though I also think there's a bias on this song because it has probably the highest profile of any song in this category, but I also feel like it deserves it as well. I feel like her is probably not gonna get any Grammys for her album this year. I don't think she's gonna get a Grammy for Damage or for her album, so I feel like why not just give her love for Fight For You this year? Like, that'll be her award. So I definitely think she will and should win this category. But my spoiler for this category, if her loses, I could definitely see this Grammy going to Lucky Day and Yebba for How Much Can a Heart Take, who would be my second place for this Grammy. If her wasn't here, I'd give it to Lucky Day and Yebba for that amazing record. How Much Can a Heart Take is such a good song. You know, Lucky Day, he did his thing on, he was alright, but it was Yebba for me. Yebba snapped on that song. She was singing on that song. I still love that song to this day. It came out in February, and every time I hear it, I feel like it's like the first time I heard it. I love that song. The production is so smooth. by D-Mile. Shout out to D-Mile, just killing it. Production smooth by D-Mile. Lucky just, you know, swagging on the track. Yebba just singing her ass off. It's such a good record. I feel like it belongs more so in R&B performance and not traditional R&B performance. I've said that before, but it's all good. But yeah, that'll be my spoiler if her were to lose. And then after that, I can also see I Need You by Jon Batiste being an upset as well. Jon Batiste has 11 Grammy nominations this year. He's all throughout the categories and so many places this year. So I can definitely see this being a place where he upsets. So he gets some love somewhere. In case he loses out on a lot of his other categories, I can see this being a place where they give him the award as an upset over her or Lucky Day and Yebba. So I can see that happening. But I do think this is hers to lose. So let's see what happens. Alright, now on to Best R&B Song, which to me is my favorite category this year. Not only because I predicted all 5 nominees in this category, but also because if you look at this lineup is fire. If you think about a well-written R&B song, these 5 songs are all fire. My favorite category this year, hands down. So who I think will win and who I think should win this category, I'm actually not going to go with Silk Sonic, and I'm not going to go with Jasmine Sullivan, and I'm not going to go with her. I'm going to go with SZA for Good Days, which might be a little bit crazy. I thought about it, I was like, right, really? But you know what, I want to go with it because I feel like SZA, I just feel like this is going to be SZA's year at the Grammys in terms of, you know, even before her album is out, I feel like this would be a great year for her at the Grammys. I feel like she'll win for Kiss Me More with Doja. And I feel like they also give her love in this category as well. I could be wrong because we have Silk Sonic here who's nominated for Song of the Year, you know. I predicted Good Days and Heartbreak Anniversary being nominees in Song of the Year, but that didn't happen, which is sad to me, but it is what it is. But at least they got love in this category. So Silk Sonic definitely has the edge for having the biggest song in this category and also being in Song of the Year and Record of the Year. But I have a feeling that SZA will still upset and take this Grammy over everybody else because Good Days is also kind of like Damage. Good Days is one of the songs that just kind of stuck around all year, and it's such a beloved and well constructed and well written and beautifully written song that I feel like deserves to be awarded. Good Days is like a once in a generation type of song. Like no one is making songs like Good Days these days, no pun intended. Like nobody's making songs like Good Days in terms of like how it actually was produced and constructed, and also just what it's talking about. Like it's just a different type of record, so special for our culture and for what it did this year. It always stuck around, it was always there, and I feel like they're gonna want to give SZA a solo Grammy. I feel like this is one of her best songs. Why not do it? Why not give her a best R&B song? She should have been nominated for performance as well, low key, but it's all good. But I feel like even though this category is stacked with fire songs, you know, all 5 are fire, I feel like I want to give my love and my kind of like good vibes to Good Days. I feel like it deserves it. It should, and I think it will win. I definitely could be wrong, but that's who I want to give my love to for my prediction. And if there were to be a spoiler for this category, I see it being any of the other 4 songs in this category, any of the other 4, but especially Leave the Door Open and Heartbreak Anniversary. Leave the Door Open, like I said, General Feel, and then Heartbreak Anniversary, I feel like, because like I said, Peaches, I don't see Peaches winning any Grammys this year, so Giveon will probably go home Grammyless if he doesn't win for this category. So he could also be another upset as well. And I'd be okay with that because Heartbreak Anniversary, amazing R&B song. Amazing song. But I wanna root for SZA in this category. But honestly, this is anybody's to take. Silk Sonic, I think, has the edge, but I feel like this is anyone's to take, especially SZA and Giveon as well. But so we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see who takes this one. I feel like Silk Sonic low-key will take it, and I'll be cool with that, but I'm rooting for SZA all the way. If not SZA, Giveon. If not Giveon, I'm cool with her or Jasmine either. Either one, her or Jasmine, I'm cool with anyone taking it. Let's see what happens. I'm so excited to see what happens in this category. I'm so excited. Alright, now on to Best Progressive R&B Album, which is definitely my least favorite category this year. It's my least favorite not because these albums are bad, but because I feel like they really snubbed some albums that I feel like should have been shoo-ins for this Grammy low-key this year. Namely, Tinashe's 333. In a quiet year like this, I don't understand why they couldn't just finally give Tinashe some love. I'm really mad about that. And also Yebba's Dawn, which I feel like was so deserving. That album didn't make a lot of noise commercially, but quality-wise, and also because the Grammys are very much up on Yebba because they give her nominations all the time in Best Traditional R&B Performance, and I think her album was nominated for like Best like Immersive Album. I think it was. I might be wrong about that, but because of that, I feel like the Grammys know about Yebba, so I feel like they should just nominate her debut album, which was such an amazing project in this category. It should have been nominated, but in my opinion, this category would have been perfect if they had taken out. Even though I love Eric Bunch, I think you're an amazing artist and songwriter. I love you. Corey Henry, I have no issue with you as well. Your album was cool when I previewed it. It sounded pretty good, so I'm not mad that you're here. And also Lucky Day, Table for Two. I love Lucky Day, but his album, Table for Two, was a really short EP of like 6-7 songs that didn't need to be here. If anything, it could have been the best R&B album. I don't really think it's progressive, but it's all good. So between Eric Bellinger, Corey Henry, and Lucky Day, I would have probably taken out one of them and then replaced the other two with Tinashe and Yebba, and I feel like this category would have been perfect. That it would have been perfect with those two added in, but it's all good. But for who I think will win this category and who I think should win this category, definitely my guys, my favorite group in the progressive R&B world, I'd say. So I can't think of anybody else, but my favorite group, oh yeah, besides the internet, I love the internet, but besides the internet, my other favorite group in the progressive R&B world, definitely Hiatus Kaiyote for Mood Valiant for sure. Mood Valiant was one of my favorite projects of this year. Such a beautiful follow-up to their last album that came out 6 years ago. Such a great follow-up to that project, and really just a beautiful collection of sounds, vibes, like just melodies, arrangements, just production. Like, it's a beautiful listening experience. That album is such an abstract and weird but still like resonant and beautiful piece of work that I feel like should be awarded this year. Not everybody really is really up on Hiatus Kaiyote, so, but then again, this is a really quiet category with a lot of people. Like, there's not a lot of big names in this category, so I feel like they have a great shot to win it, and I feel like this should be the year to finally win their first Grammy as a group. And especially with Napalm's recent breast cancer diagnosis that she went through in the past couple years, I feel like this would be a great way for for them to kind of recognize that all the stuff that she's been through this past couple years, going through her diagnosis and coming back after being sick for a couple years, and coming back and finishing this album and putting it out, promoting it. And I really feel like this would be a great just recognition for that, as well as it being an amazing project, for real. So I do hope that Hiatus Kaiyote's Mood Valiant does win, and I think it will win, and it definitely should win. But if there were to be a spoiler for this category, I definitely see it being Dinner Party Dessert, which I'll be okay with because that's a great project as well. I love the original Dinner Party and the dessert version. Both versions are great. And also, I would have no problem if he upsets, because I would love this to happen. Masego Studying Abroad Extended Stay. Great project. I'll be sorry for Masego. I love that because this project is amazing, so I love that for him. He deserves that would be amazing as well. So I wouldn't be mad at any of the spoilers. There will be great options as well, but I definitely am rooting for Mood Valiant for sure. If you're up on these albums and up on this category, let me know what you think about this category down below, and let me know who you think should win. Alright, now on to Best R&B Album, one of my other favorite categories this year. This is a really stacked and beautiful category. I love these nominations. The only album I'm not really up on is Jon Batiste's album, but I'm pretty sure it's a great project. Got nominated for Album of the Year as well. So great category. Who I think will win our Best R&B Album, this might be a surprise to some people, but I'm actually going to go with Jazmine Sullivan's Hotels, and that's what I think should win as well. I think previously I really thought that hers, Back of My Mind, had this category locked up, because as I predicted, she is in the Album of the Year, as is Jon Batiste, like I just said. But even though we have two Album of the Year contenders in this category, I still feel like Jazmine will upset in this category because I feel like she deserves to. But if you think about it, this really is the best place to award her, because R&B Performance and Song are really stacked and low-key locked up with a lot of other people that are probably in line before Jazmine to win. Silk Sonic, SZA, her, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like she has a shot to actually win Best R&B Album, because even though her got into Album of the Year, quite as a skeptic, we all know that Her's album didn't make as much noise as I feel like the Grammys are making it seem like it did this year. That album was cool to me. I don't think it's as good as it could have been. I've said that in my review of the album, but I still think it's a really solid project for the most part. Jon Batiste, I've not heard his album, but he's a beloved guy. He's also an Album of the Year, but I don't see him taking this, to be honest. So I really feel like this is the best place to award Jazmine Sullivan with the Grammy this year. And I want her to walk with at least one. I know we all want Jazmine to get one. I honestly previously thought that she was not going to get anything this year, and I was hoping that she would, but I thought she wouldn't get anything. But I think she can snag Best R&B Album, and I love that, and I hope it happens, and I'm predicting it. Because if you think about it, she won the BET Award for Album of the Year. She won the Soul Train Award for Album of the Year. Like, her album has really been the R&B album that has gotten the most love and recognition, and it really has been one of the most successful and resonant R&B albums of the year, more so than any other project in this category. So I feel like this will be Jazmine Sullivan's award to take, and I'll be happy for her to take it, even over two other albums that are also in the Album of the Year. But I think it makes sense to me, so I'm gonna root for Jazmine for this one. And I'm going to say that she will and that she should take it. Hotels was a revelation, one of the best projects of the year, and this should be the place where it gets awarded. Even though Pick Up Your Feelings is fire, I think the whole album should get love. So why not give it love here? It's perfect. But if there were to a spoiler, obviously it's going to be Back of My Mind by her or We Are by Jon Batiste. You know, like I said, Album of the Year nominees, two of the most beloved artists in the Academy and in the industry as well. Her and Jon Batiste are both beloved artists. So they could definitely spoil and upset Jasmine. But I'm hoping that Jasmine takes this in the end. So let's see what happens. But rooting for Jasmine. Hotels. Alright, y'all, now we're on to the rap categories. So just a disclaimer, I actually did have Drake as a spoiler for Rap Performance and Best Rap Album before I learned, like, the whole world did, that he rescinded his Grammy nominations, which I'm not mad at. You know, Drake ain't been fucking with the Grammys for a minute now, so I wasn't surprised when I heard that news, and I'm cool with it. Do what you gotta do, bro, that's fine. I support the movement, I support what you're doing. Even though I like to talk about the Grammys, I'm not mad that, you know, Drake is clearly showing his stance on how he feels about the Grammys. And in the wake of the Travis Scott Astro World disaster, I'm not surprised Drake is trying to keep a low profile, you know, on his music right now in a way. So I'm not surprised that he did that, and I'm cool with it. But yeah, so Drake is no longer in contention for any of the Grammys this year because he pulled out. Just a disclaimer. But first up, we got Best Rap Performance. For Best Rap Performance, who I think will win and who I think should win, Family Ties by Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar. I thought about it, even though Family Ties wasn't one of the biggest songs of the year in terms of like the numbers, like it wasn't a top 10 record, it wasn't like a huge like #1 song. I definitely think it's one of the most loved and appreciated songs this year, and it's also one of the best rap songs this year for sure. Definitely one of the best performances. Maybe not so much the song, but definitely the performance, production, all that fire. Baby Keem, I think it'd be crazy if he won a Grammy his first year out, but I think it's deserved. He snapped along with Kendrick, who snapped as well. Kendrick is mad beloved, as we know. He's a Grammy favorite. So I definitely see that boding well for Family Ties to take in the end. And I definitely think it should take it because it's one of the best songs that came out this year. That song is crazy. That song is bananas, you know what I'm saying? But if there were to be a spoiler, I could definitely see it being either My Life or Up. More so My Life than Up. I definitely think My Life is in second place, and I would be cool with that winning as well because I love that song. I'll be cool with My Life winning. And you know, J. Cole already has a Grammy for Best Rap Song, so I'd love for him to now win a Grammy for Best Rap Performance or Best Rap Album. So if he wins this category, I'd be cool with that. I'd love that. But I still think that Family Ties has the edge for this category. But I could be wrong. But definitely, if Family Ties don't take it, I definitely see Up. You know, Cardi B is, you know, beloved by the world. I could definitely see Up upsetting, and I could definitely see My Life upsetting as well. But let's see what happens. All right, so now we're on to Best Melodic Rap Performance. So one of my other favorite categories this year, I love this category besides Hurricane being here, but besides that, it's all good because I don't really like Hurricane, but you know, it's cool. For this category, who I think will and who I think should win, I was going back and forth between Industry Baby and My Life, but I decided to go for Industry Baby by Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow. I just feel like, to me, Industry Baby is my favorite banger in this category. It's probably the most successful. Yeah, it's the most successful song in this category. Number one. I just think that song has been going crazy all year. It's a banger. I love what Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow did with just their flow, their arrangement, the melody, everything. Take a day trip. They killed that production. It's just a fire record all around. It's a fire record. I love it. I feel like it definitely deserves this award for sure. But if there were to be some spoilers for this category, I can definitely see the spoilers being Hurricane by Kanye West, The Weeknd, and Lil Baby. Even though I don't like that song, it's definitely the biggest song off of the Donda album, and y'all love it, so I can see it winning. And I can definitely see this being one of the best places to award Kanye West a Grammy without giving love to Donda. And I definitely don't see Donda taking Album of the Year, so I feel like this is one of the best places to award him, especially because Jail and Bath Salts are also, I don't think, are leading songs for Best Rap Song. So I think this is one of the best places to give Kanye a Grammy, but I want Industry Baby to win. If not Hurricane, I could definitely see Need to Know by Doja Cat being in contention as well. Need to Know is one of the biggest songs of the year, a great record, a bop, a banger, just a vibe. So I could definitely see Need to Know being in contention as well. And if not Need to Know, I could definitely see Pride is the Devil by J. Cole and Lil Baby taking it as well. And that's my song that I want to win in second place. Like, if Industry Baby don't take it, I want Pride is the Devil to take it. That's my pick if Industry Baby does not take it. But yeah, for me, I was going back and forth between Industry Baby and Pride is the Devil, but I want to go with Industry Baby. But yeah, those are my spoilers. So let me know what y'all think about this category down below. Are y'all team Industry Baby, or y'all team Pride is the Devil, or y'all team Need to Know, or maybe team Hurricane? Let me know what y'all think down below. Next up is Best Rap Song. So, interesting category this year. A lot of people were not really liking the Best Friend nomination, but I love it. I think Best Friend definitely deserves this nomination. It's a great rap song, really well constructed. But definitely, I'm not going to talk about it here because I don't think it has a chance. But for Best Rap Song, who I think will win and who I think should win this category, definitely J. Cole and 21 Savage for My Life. Moray won't get the award because he didn't write it, but he sung on it. I definitely think My Life is the best song in this category. I love that record. I think it's a timeless, amazing rap record, well written, well performed. I definitely think it should, and I think it will win this category. But if there were to be a spoiler, I could definitely see it being Bath Salts by DMX, Jay-Z, and Nas, or potentially even Jail by Kanye West and Jay-Z. Either way, Jay-Z has a good shot to win the award somewhere. And he just won it last year for Savage Remix, which is crazy. Jay-Z could win it again this year. But yeah, I definitely think My Life is leading the pack in this category. But Bath Salts could be a way to give DMX a Grammy for his legacy, even though that song is not that. I don't think, it's not. I like the song. The song is cool. I don't think Bath Salts deserves a Grammy, but it's a cool song. But just for his legacy, I could see them giving DMX this award, and also to give Jay-Z and Nas another Grammy as well. That'd be cool. And also, Jail has a great shot as well. Another place to award, to give Kanye and Jay-Z a Grammy if they can't give, if they can't give Kanye a Grammy anywhere else. I could see them giving it to him here, and I'll be cool with that. I love Jail. I think Jail's one of my favorite songs off Donda. I don't think it should win the Grammy, but I think it definitely could. I'd be cool with that. But my preference is My Life, and I think it will win. I think it should win this category. But let me know if y'all disagree. Next up, we got Best Rap Album. So for Best Rap Album, this one was hard for me to think about because I love, equally, The Off Season, King's Disease 2, and Call Me If You Get Lost. I love those two albums equally. So it was hard for me to kind of root for one over the other. But for this category, who I think will win, Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler, the Creator. I think he definitely has the edge here. I know he just won it 2 years ago, but I feel like he has the most, for real loved album in this category. I think everyone likes to act like Donda is their album of the year, the most impactful album of the year. It definitely was one of the biggest moments of the year, Donda dropping, as well as CLB was. But I think in terms of the quality of the album and just overall impact and love for the album, I think Tyler, the Creator has the edge over everybody in this category. But I could be wrong. But that's why I think will win, even though he just won it 2 years ago. But I think he'll win again. But if not Tyler, Creator, and that's why I think should win as well. But if not Tyler, Creator, I think J. Cole's The Off Season should be the album that wins this category. It's time we give J. Cole a Best Rap Album Grammy. He didn't do it, with Forest Hills Drive, and that's fine. He didn't even get nominated for KOD, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But I feel like this is finally the time for us to give J. Cole a Grammy. So I'm low-key rooting for J. Cole, but in reality, I think Tyler, Creator will take it again because I think his album has been more so appreciated as time has gone on, more so than J. Cole's. But personally, I want J. Cole to win. But actually, for me, I'm kind of cool either one. I'd be cool with Tyler or J. Cole winning. I feel like for me, it's equal. I'm cool either one winning. But I think Tyler has the edge to actually win. But I do want J. Cole to win if Tyler doesn't win. My spoiler is obviously Donda or King's Disease 2. I feel like both of those albums as well have great chances of being upsets as well. Nas just won last year with King's Disease, and I'll be cool with him winning again. I feel like it'll be deserved, And Donda, I definitely wouldn't be mad if it won, but I definitely think it's not the album that should win this category, but I won't be mad if it actually does win. But I feel like the other three are more deserving. But I could definitely see it being, being an upset. It's nominated for Album of the Year. So obviously, I think across the entire Academy, this must have been the one rap album, I guess, that was getting more love across the entire Academy, more so than the other three. So I feel like it could definitely win Best Rap Album, and that'll be fine. But I'm pulling for J. Cole or for Tyler, the Creator. Who y'all rooting for this category? Let me know down below. Alright, y'all, now on to Best Music Video. So this category, I feel like it's pretty locked up, but anything can happen. Who I think will and who I think should win. Definitely Lil Nas X's video for Montero, Call Me By Your Name. That video was probably the biggest moment of the year when it came to music videos, and I feel like it definitely deserves it for what it achieved. Not only just in terms of the culture and what it did for the culture, but also just what it actually did for what it did in the actual video. and what it did for the LGBT, you know, QIA plus community. It definitely was a moment for the culture, and it definitely was just technically a really powerful video in terms of the messaging, the actual, you know, technical, you know, stuff behind it. Like, it really was just an achievement in filmmaking and in music videos, and it was just a moment that we'll remember for years to come. So I definitely think it'll win. Lil Nas X won this Grammy 2 years ago for Old Town Road, but I think he can. I think he will win it again, and I think it'll be deserved. So, but if there were to a spoiler, I could definitely see this Grammy going to Billie Eilish's "Happier Than Ever," which would be so deserving as well. I think that's also that's probably my second favorite video in the category. Definitely Billie Eilish could be a spoiler, and I'd be cool with that. Or potentially Olivia Rodrigo's "Good For You," which I wouldn't be mad if it won, but I think would be a whack win, just because I know she'll win so many other Grammys this year. And "Good For You," I feel like deserved love for the song. Even though the video is fire, I feel like deserved love for the song rather than just the video itself. But it's all good. But it definitely could spoil, you know, if Lil Nas X loses. I could definitely see Olivia taking this as well. But I think this is Lil Nas X's to lose. And last category I'll talk about is Producer of the Year. If y'all are interested, who I think will win this category, definitely Jack Antonoff, and that's fine. He had a great year. He did a lot of great work for a lot of people this year, so I definitely think he will win. If I had it my way, who I think should win, even though he only had like 2 projects here that, you know, gave him the nomination, but I think he's been doing this thing all freaking year, is Hit Boy. I think Hit Boy should win this Grammy. I don't think he will, but I think he should. But, you know, if Jack Antonoff were to lose, I want to lose to Hit Boy, but I don't know if it'll happen. And my spoilers for this category, besides Hit Boy, I could definitely see Rosette Shayad or Ricky Reed being spoilers as well. But I'm pretty sure this is going to Jack Antonoff. I'd be shocked if it went to Jack Antonoff. If it went to anybody else besides Jack Antonoff or maybe Hit Boy, I would really be shocked. But, you know, strange things have happened, so let's see. Yeah. All right, y'all, so those are my 2022 Grammy predictions. Let me know what y'all thought about my predictions down below. Do y'all like them? Do y'all not like them? Let me know if you disagree with anything I said in terms of who I think will win or who I think will be a spoiler. Let me know your thoughts down below in terms of who you think is going to win each category. Who are you rooting for this year? Who do you think will be a crazy upset? Who do you think will be snubbed crazy? Let me know all your thoughts down below, okay? Appreciate y'all. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Like I always say, guys, live your best life, drink more water, stay woke, and if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song, make you feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. And if you haven't already, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, okay? Thank you. And also hit that bell for notifications. Appreciate y'all. All right, y'all, but this has been your boy Bright, the R&B Kid. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. But for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all. Peace.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, 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 no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, no, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just